All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's come to order.
Wagner, absent. Costa Viro,
Present here.
Igar, here. Flores,
Here.
Cotsinis,
Here.
Hamilton,
Here.
Sutton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Purpose of this meeting, this is the Budget and Appropriations hearing for fiscal year 2025-26. We have an open public comment period. If anyone wishes to address the board, now is the time. And if not, we will sit and wait patiently because we are scheduled to wait for 15 minutes until 7:15. Should any members of the public wish to come and ask any questions about our budget and appropriations.
And just as a reminder too, this is in the event that someone does come to something like this, just like with regular public comment on a board meeting, it's the board's job just to listen and not necessarily interact with the individual. So, we always follow up if someone comes to a regular board meeting and they have a concern. I think it's our board policies that 48 hours to 72 hours, the executive director should get back to them. But I get back to them as soon as possible with their concerns. So just keep that in mind. And that would be the same here. Obviously, in the event someone would come in, get feedback about the B&A ordinance on your agenda, you would want to address those concerns during the discussion before you adopt that ordinance. So,
But again, this is our time to listen, not speak. We speak the rest of the time. During the public comment is when the public makes their comments to us.
And they get 3 minutes, isn't that correct?
3 minutes per person. If other people wish to join in that conversation, that's always allowed. But we usually ask if more than one person comes from a group, that the group select a representative to address the board rather than each speaking, because it gets rather repetitive. 15, 20 people all say exactly the same thing. If they want their comments to go on the record, they can provide them in writing to Gina before they begin speaking. I'd say, how about them Bears, but I really don't want to go there.
don't say that.
How soon did y'all turn it off? That's what I'm. Who won that?
Yeah, we're Chiefs fans, so that really sucks. I married into the Chiefs. I traded the Bears so that he would be a Cubs fan. I had to give up one, and since their religion is Chiefs from Iowa, with like the whole basement of his dad's house is like going into it. And they have season tickets. I'm like, fine, I don't care that much. But now I'm like, I can't watch either team. How about them Cubs?
Actually, I just finished watching the last episode for Foundation, which wrapped this last week.
Is this season good?
Season 3 just ended.
I
It's
haven't watched it yet.
confusing this season, but it's pretty good. I mean,
Foundation,
remember that-
it's based on the Isaac Asimov.
loosely based.
Loosely,
yeah.
very loosely.
The characters and the settings have been kept the same, but the stories are not quite the same. And that's actually not a bad thing, because Asimov's work does not translate well to
Modern.
video at all.
No.
You had to reimagine it a lot to make it something filmable.
Well, if it's on season 3, somebody's doing it sort of well.
One thing they did, which Asimov didn't do at the time, because he wrote Serial, right? He was writing not actual books at the time. He was writing for amazing stories and other magazines like it. And you had short stories that seemed fit together, that could be assembled into a book. And the problem you have with that is the characters don't translate from one story to another. And you're not going to recast your entire cast from episode to episode or season to season, because that doesn't work in a modern setting. So obviously they've taken some liberties so that they've been able to keep a core cast throughout the entire show.
Not unless they turn it into a comedy sketch or, show.
Love, Death, and Robots manages that very well. But it's enough.
We keep running out of things to watch, which says a lot about our.
Or what's available to watch.
No, Josh makes sure that we're subscribed to everything.
Oh, okay.
I have a backlog. I have an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
smart.
Yes.
Wow.
I
Because
should
sometimes
actually
we
do
do that.
titles and
Because
dates.
sometimes when we
and-
get stuck, we're like, okay, what did we watch a
Streaming.
What was the
while ago
last-
that was
yeah.
funny or good that we can restart?
I accidentally started a series without Tom that I forgot we watched the first season together.
Uh-oh.
I was only episode 2 in though.
And you're in
So.
trouble.
See,
Had to
no, I
rewatch
was
those.
watching the show. Josh walked in from work and he goes, Caroline, we already watched this. I was like, we did? I was like, oh
Just
no,
to
I'm watching
refresh
things way too late at night. I'm not even processing that he's seen this already. I'm like,
Well, some series, too, there's like 2 hour or 2 year between
Oh,
the
yeah.
last and the, so we usually go back and
yeah.
at least
Rewatch
rewatch the last
year,
one.
yeah.
Or I'll be like, did we see this? And he's like, I watched it without you. You wouldn't like it. And I'm like,
Okay, well, fine.
how do I know I don't
Spoiler.
like it?
Spoiler. I feel like you would have a good sense.
Yeah, right.
I'm okay. We both like different things, you know.
Tom will literally watch anything.
Well, that's accommodating.
Kate doesn't like
know, she's
closed
shaking.
caption too much, and I love it. You know, I
Subtitle.
Oh,
get-
we love it because then we're like,
Yeah,
oh,
we do too.
we pay way more attention and we get so much more out of it. And I'm like, but are we watching it or are we reading it?
well,
Yeah.
mine are
Right.
usually
Right.
foreign films, you know.
We
Right.
like took it off and then we were like, oh no, we liked it better.
Yeah, we had it for
Or the
everything, too.
British
Yeah.
procedurals, I have to put the closed captioning
Oh,
on
yeah.
sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It helps with the
tricky
bait.
when it comes to Spanish because it's Spanish from Spain and Spanish
Oh,
from
Oh, that's
very
Latin.
different.
Latin.
Very
Yeah.
different.
So when you put it, you can hear different words. Yeah, it's totally different, right?
There's a whole bunch that we keep getting from Japan with no subtitles.
Oh, really?
And we're like, why does this keep showing up on our feeds and like Netflix and Hulu?
Huh.
We don't speak Japanese.
That's funny.
We don't
Yeah.
haven't watched them.
Mhm.
It's really strange.
Yeah, especially without the subtitles.
You know,
Yeah.
right? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, and I'm like,
Unless it's written. in-
Yeah, because I watch a lot of like the K dramas with my daughter, so I get all of those in my feed too. But, yeah.
why are there no? Like the plot sounds interesting.
Yeah.
That's in English,
Mhm.
and then you go watch the preview, and you're like,
Right.
I wonder if those new the Google headphones would work for
oh,
That would, those are the ones that just automatically.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they use
I've been
ML
hearing about
translation
that.
built in.
Yeah,
But they
I
Interesting.
really like that idea, actually. So then you're.
Well, you just put one in your ear, so you got one in one ear,
And you can
the
hear
actual
the-
voice on it.
That's true.
Earbuds,
I hope they're comfortable. It's almost
Yeah.
like, what if they're not comfortable?
hear.
That's what I would be like.
You know,
Are my
I
ears
took an
gonna
elderly
sweat?
friend
Or
of mine who put in for
gonna
hearing aids,
itch?
and now they're doing earbuds, but because her,
Earbuds
the
do
standard
not-
one didn't fit her ear, and I'm like, good, I'm glad to hear that.
Small.
But then they took molds of her ears for the hearing
Me
aids.
too.
I'm like, that'll be a new thing for Apple to do. because I
Yeah.
can't keep it in.
I can't either, and I
Fall
want
out,
some
yeah.
that have the small, I
The
think
small
fall
ones, and they still
out.
fall out, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
like watching
can't-
the audiologist yank on her ears, you know, to try and maneuver
Get
it down
them
the canal was like, ugh.
I
She's
can't.
never gonna do that.
I
They do
can't
too,
wear
you know.
adult earbuds at all.
I can't,
And sometimes even the kids ones hurt.
yeah.
So you
got-
need like the old school Walkman.
Yeah, that
they've
would work.
got those new ones that go behind your ears.
Yeah.
That,
yeah.
like they. I'm not sure how they really work, but
On
on the
the-
bone,
that's what-
yeah,
oh,
with
that's
the bone.
what's
My
called.
husband loves those.
Yeah,
I mean,
really?
he does that for his meetings.
But
you
they'll
know.
still come in here.
No,
No?
They
no,
just
they
go
just
hang on the
sit
back
around.
here on
Yeah,
the bone.
just- it's
That's
a
what-
Wow.
microphone headset type
Yeah,
thing.
I've seen those. I still prefer the over the ear
Yeah,
ones.
'cause that
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
really
Over
good.
the ear.
Yeah, so, but I have a horror story about the Apple AirPods that they have. I was
Oh.
following somebody onto a plane, and his fell out and it went down that little crack, between the airplane and the
Under
plane.
the tarmac.
Oh, I told the guy that comes up and takes the luggage that they have, but I don't know if he ever got
Oh,
them
that's
again. But I
terrible.
so kind of don't wear mine loose like that,
Both my sons each lost one,
Yeah.
and they like try to track it with their phone or whatever.
Yes, I've
And
never
I
did
think,
that for
well,
students.
Liam was going to college,
Uh-huh,
packing
like
up for
all over
college.
the
I was like, hello, earbud.
Mhm.
3 years it's been in your room somewhere.
Did he still have the other one though?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
good.
did. He pulled it right out. He'd gotten another cheap pair,
Yeah.
but he pulled the white case out and put it right
He
back
was very
in.
excited.
And he was like, okay, my dad won't be mad at me. Like, he's been mad at you that long.
I never got used to the wireless ones. I still like a wire. Sorry, I need a tether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I still hand take notes. I can't type notes. I then take the hand notes and type them. I don't know why.
See, that doesn't work for me because I can't read my own writing.
That does happen
Nobody
to
No one
me.
can
I was just gonna say, nobody can.
That does happen to me. I always feel bad when I'm writing on
Maybe
the
Ryan
board at
can
school,
read.
and I'm like,
Do
it's
you think
always
you
because
can
I'm
read
short
this?
too,
I don't think
not
so, no.
straight.
You can read.
And then they're like,
I
what
don't-
letter is that
I don't
supposed to
read.
be?
You're my own
I'm like,
most of the time.
Do you print or do you use cursive?
I, on my own, do a mix, but
Okay.
I have to do print because none of them
No,
do
cursive,
cursive
that's what I
anymore.
wondered, yeah.
It's just come back
Yeah.
into the curriculum, and
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, because that's how, like,
Yeah,
and
no,
their print is terrible because they do everything on computers. Like,
Exactly.
That I was going to say,
exactly.
I've seen those ads for those little books for
Yeah.
pre-kindergarten, where follow the, just so that they get the motion.
I literally today with
That's so sad.
upperclassmen went over when do we capitalize things,
Oh,
and
so
none
nobody
of them
capitalizes anything.
had any clue what an indentation was. I'm like, how did you get this?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
The
But
machine
now-
does that for you now.
That's
I
right.
know,
See, that's
but
the
they've
thing.
got capital letters in the middle of words and lowercase letters for proper nouns. I'm like,
Well, if they start using, those little books for essays or test taking, that's gonna be horrible for us to have to figure out how to read that.
Yeah.
I'm like, be happy you don't have to fill out little bubbles with
Yeah,
pencil,
yeah.
and then I'm wrong. Well, now I'm not going to get credit for that because I can't erase it without it.
Yeah.
You need better erasers. The gray ones work well.
Yes, they do.
You're gonna stay here during the tour. You're gonna stay in the room during the tour. That way, someone
Yeah.
shows up.
No,
You can send me a message. You can call me on my phone.
The
I
courses.
can talk.
I'm still looking intently at our clock.
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
know.
minute to go.
Yeah, we're still on the clock here.
Ryan, how many years have you been here now that you said you haven't had ever anybody show
It'll be
up?
11 years in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's quite the record.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
I was
Well,
gonna
I
say,
also-
don't say that out loud.
the thing with this too is that the heavy lifting is done in June when the board adopts the budget, and then so I mean it's like we've been transparent about this for months now. So if
Yeah.
someone were to come here now and have issues with the budget, they're a little late in the game, frankly.
Yeah, right.
Am I reading that clock right? Is it now
I just read it down.
7:15?
That's
14.
somebody's thing.
No,
I think there's another minute.
Another minute
I
left.
got this off.
Let me see
Well,
that
I've got
with
it
my
in
glasses.
between.
It's like
It's
you
going
lose
tonight.
We're on our last minute.
Last chance, Miguel, if you want to say something.
Half a second.
In fairness, it is never the last chance because we're a very open board, and if somebody wants to write a letter to the board or an email,
Yes.
This is very true.
that works as well.
Or
Of course,
ask for
we-
more cheesy
we
things.
listen
in
to-
the
I know, I love reading the pictures.
That's my favorite.
Me
They're
too, I
funny.
read them first, I read them off. Funny. Or the snow in the.
In the
In
book
the-
room.
I'm like, it's old books.
So I have to say, my parents have mentioned to me about the same thing that they said. It's hard for senior citizens to go
On
on
the
that
top-
on that low shelf,
I
and
thought
my
that was
parents are
good.
like, we can't find the books anymore.
Wow.
And I was like,
Really?
oh, okay.
All right, it has been 15 minutes. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? We're adjourned at 7:15. Let's come to order for our regular board meeting at 7:15. Roll call, please, to call to order.
Wagner, absent. Costaviro,
Here.
Eagar,
Here.
Flores,
Here.
Cotsinis,
Here.
Hamilton,
Here.
Sutton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mission statement: to enrich, empower, and enlighten the people of the Warren Newport Public Library District. Public comment. Do we have anyone who wishes to address the board in public comment? If not, do we have any written?
No, we don't have it.
Okay. Let's move on to our consent agenda. Does anyone wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? If not, can we have a motion for the consent agenda,
We don't
please?
have the building around.
Oh, what?
Oh, you didn't get it?
No, you didn't send it to me.
Who?
Did you?
I thought, yeah.
No, you just replied to my email that you didn't have anything.
Right, and then you sent me the form.
Uh-huh.
You didn't get it back?
No. No, I didn't.
Let's remove item A2 then,
Okay.
and we'll catch that at the next
Next
meeting.
meeting.
I didn't hear anything back, so I figured. Oh, yeah.
Okay, do we have a motion?
That the consent agenda be approved as amended.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carried. All right, let's move on to our library facility tour.
All right, so
It's dark out.
it's
isn't
very
it?
dark outside,
What the heck?
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the highlights outside that we wanted to show you were the new exit, and maybe we can see that from the inside and just kind of take a peek outside. And then I'd like to go out to the basically the entrance and point out a couple of things, but we can just go out there. But I don't think we need to
There's
walk
lights
around
there,
the.
like we have in the past.
I mean, is there
Okay,
anything else you
I
want
think
to
there's enough light outside, we can at least take a brief look around.
take a brief look? Yeah, Miguel might want
Because
to
there
point
are
out.
lights on the outside.
Miguel might want to
of the
point
building.
out.
Oh, yeah.
So
We made him stay here.
yeah, so but there's plenty to see inside. So but yeah, we'll
Yeah,
okay.
be strategic about what we see outside. So maybe we go towards the.
I'll be here.
You're
so
the
I
second.
didn't
Oh, you're gonna stay.
Prioritize being in that space.
Right, right, so
Ideally,
is it an idea?
Do we have everyone back?
It will be included in the long-term
Okay.
plan,
Yeah, yeah,
but in the short-term plan, it's.
not right now.
And-
No,
yeah.
that's not on the top of our list. I can, just checking.
Mhm.
All right.
But there's definitely a lot of demand from the community.
Oh,
who
yeah.
love that
Oh,
space.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
The workshop?
Workshop,
Yeah.
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 Well, I just said to Rebecca, how often do we use the flex? Would that be an idea of bringing it all in there? Not, at least got plenty of other things
Yeah.
to do, but, you know.
Any other questions about the facility tour?
Oh, no, thank you.
No,
Okay.
great job.
Where's Miguel?
Miguel left.
Thank you
Oh,
very
yeah.
much.
Miguel
Tell him
is
thank
on
you.
top of it.
Right.
I really,
Next item is the president's report, which is on page 13. Does any other trustee have a report?
I was gonna mention, yeah, I saw all the new stuff and then also learned about all the different book clubs that are out.
yeah,
Didn't know about all of them.
yeah.
Cool. And then I don't know if everyone had seen it or not. I know I sent an email to Ryan. Lauren's brother had passed away.
Oh.
Oh, no.
What do you need, Ryan?
Suddenly, I mean, were they expecting it? Not that you can.
This one.
Yeah. Oh.
The friend said she was there.
Oh, is it? Oh, this is my thing that goes in here.
Yeah,
I've got the wrong thing plugged in. That's
Okay.
I'm not sure too much. She posted so.
Yay, Miguel!
Yeah, thank you, Miguel.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
I asked him to send it out.
Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the Executive Director's Report, page 14. Does anyone have any questions about the Exec Director's Report?
There's one thing I want to point out. I'm sorry, I'm also multitasking, trying to get us ready for this presentation. What else not showing up? Just that our statistics, our percentages, there was something wrong. That's why they're not in the report. So that's something I'm working on, so that we'll have that next time. But I can tell you, as has been the case, you know, the trends seem to be, you know, our print circ is still trending down. Our e-content is still going up. So hopefully we'll see that turn around a bit with, you know, with the changes we're making in terms of the, oh, this is, that's why. So I just wanted to point that out.
Okay. And how about the hiring for the program meeting coordinators? Are we interviewing for them, or have we rehired?
Yeah, we actually Vanessa started this week, who is taking Jenny Hadish's old position, and she has several years of experience coming to us from the Waukegan Public Library. I think 18 years of experience. Super excited about her. She's a great addition to our team, and yeah, so today was her second day. So so yeah, we're super excited about her joining us, and yeah, and so I think we are still so we're taking our time with filling the head position. Rebecca is in that department right now, and we're getting some things organized and in order, so the person that steps into the role, things will be in place.
So hasn't started interviewing for that position at this point, right?
That's correct. Yeah. All right.
All right, with no other questions for Ryan, let's move on.
I had emailed, I don't know if you had a chance.
Oh yeah, did you want to talk about, so a quick answer, so we do, so Celeste reached out to me and asked me about our procedures for if any federal officials such as ICE were coming to the library, how we would handle it. So we do have emergency preparedness and procedures manual, which we review with staff, and I talked to key staff about that when we had word of you know, maybe certainly an ICE presence in North Chicago. So our staff are aware of the protocols and how to handle those situations. So that is something that's very much on our radar right now.
Good.
Do you want to add anything else? Or?
So does front lab staff know? Presumably, right? If they would walk in, those would be the first people that would.
Yes.
And your security people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the protocol is basically just contact Ryan. If Ryan's not available, Katie and I, and then we will continue to
monitor what was going on.
Right.
Yeah. And language for staff to use, because we'll obviously, you know, we're always happy to cooperate with any officials, local, state, federal officials, but you know, we're going to follow the law, and in certain staff, they're not authorized to give federal agents access to certain areas, and staff know the language to use, and we're not authorized to do that. So if someone, if staff were to tell someone, you need to wait to talk to our executive director if they issued any kind of warrant or anything, staff would say, well, I'm not authorized to say yes. So we you know, so staff know how to handle situations if they're getting pressured by someone. So
So they just can't walk in.
Yeah.
All right, let's move forward to the facilities improvement plan, because we do have the right people on the call with us. Can you hear us on the phone?
We can hear you.
Okay, excellent.
all right. Fantastic. So we just got done walking the facility, and we pointed out some different areas, and with like we're going to talk about this area during this presentation, so remember this. And so I don't know. I think Joe or Sean. Does everyone? Why don't you introduce yourselves, everyone on the call? Because I know you. I think you met most of the board, but just so everyone knows who's who. So, Joe, do you want to start?
I'm Joe Huberty, Engberg Anderson, architect for the project.
I'm Sean Kelly with Engberg Anderson. I'm also an architect on the project.
I'm David Vinjamori, Third Wave Space. I'm the space planner.
Great.
I'm here too, Ryan. I'm Dawn. I'm working on the strategic plan, just listening in.
Oh, hi, Don. How are you? I didn't see you on the call. All right. So.
Good.
Excellent. I think so, Joe. I think you're gonna drive, right? I have your presentation that Sean, you're gonna drive.
Yep.
Sean's gonna drive.
Oh, great.
I've got it. You want me to share it with the group, or I'm just?
Yeah, Sean, if you could. If not, I've got it saved as a backup on my end. But if you want to share it via Zoom, that would be great.
Hopefully that came through, sort of.
It's on its way. We got it. We got it.
All right. Just moving stuff out of my way here so I can see what's going on. Sorry. Having trouble. There we go. All right. I'm going to advance the slide. Does that work? No. Sorry, I am on a remote computer and I am just struggling here. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I wanted to start out the meeting and talk a little bit about schedule, and then we'll move into some of the more detailed pieces of the project and some images. Right now in the project, we're in the design.
Recording in progress.
I thought I would record because we have a trustee that's not here, so I thought let me record this. Sorry for the audible there.
Sorry. So we're in the design phase right now. We've actually issued the documents you're going to see today to Shales McNutt Construction, who you've hired on as your construction manager. They're going to be putting a more detailed estimate together for this option based on the decisions we've made and some of the work we've been doing. They're here to do the construction side. Your project is kind of a combination of, is a combination of both construction and furniture. And then Engberg Anderson will be reaching out to furniture vendors to get pricing on some of the furniture items that we've started to look at. Nothing's been specifically selected yet, but we've got things, as we're starting to narrow things down, we can get more accurate pricing, but reach out to get that piece of the estimate updated based on how that's moving along. Once we're done with design, which is coming up here, as soon as we get our estimate back, we'll have a meeting, we'll review it, we'll make some changes if we need to. We move into construction documents. Construction documents is where we make the drawings and the specifications required to build your building. There'll still be decisions to be made during that time. There's still workshops identified during that period to refine and make some more decisions, but that is the phase where we create those documents. Once construction documents are done, we would then move into bidding. I'm actually kind of skipping furniture CDs and building CDs, or construction documents go together, kind of the same timeline. We're going to be bidding it, public bidding after that, working with Shales McNutt to bid the project. For the furniture side, we'd be looking at possibly some bid packages as well as purchasing through the state of Illinois co-op system, which is pre-negotiated pricing and costs. And then once bidding and procurement is done and the board and the staff are happy with where the budget came in, we would then start construction administration or construction of the project. I don't have that fully expanded out here, but we basically are looking at a procurement period where we have to buy everything, and then trying to keep the construction piece of it as small as possible. So one of the strategies that we're looking at is trying to get as many of the materials in hand right away, and then that can then limit the actual time of the construction and the disruption to your staff and your patrons. So I know it's small, the screen is small, I apologize for that, but is there any questions about the general schedule? I can go back.
And one thing I noticed about the schedule is that with these projects, the schedule does keep getting pushed back and back a little bit. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, and I think we'll know more once we get further along with SMC and have the estimates and that type of thing. But yeah, I think that is there a fighting chance to be done before summer reading kicks off, Sean?
I was actually talking with Shales about that. If we go with we're currently looking at two options for delivery. One is a single phase project, and one is a 2-phase project. We're ironing out some of the options with Shales and also asking for kind of the cost savings between the two. With the 2-option approach, I think we could get the youth services side done before summer reading, maybe not the Cocos Cove. That's the hope.
Are there any issues if this migrates into next fiscal year?
From a budgetary perspective,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just have to budget again,
Yeah, we'd have to move more funds into
Special reserve.
and pull them out
Okay.
Yeah.
in the correct budget year. Which is possible since this is a construction project. It doesn't affect much more than work for us.
Yeah. In essence, that money, you just have to budget and appropriate it the next fiscal year.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Would the plan be, while we are doing the work in the children's area and Cocos Cove, is the intent to use the meeting room AV sections as a temporary children's, or what's the plan there?
So we discussed moving some of the children's into the meeting rooms as an option during that phase. But we would be some temporary collections there. Or move the collections there temporarily.
So yes, to answer your question, yeah, it would be like a pop-up library.
Do we have enough pop-up shelving basically to make that happen? Is the question.
What? I mean, my understanding, right, Sean? They move the shelving in there, right?
Yeah, we'll move the shelving from the youth services. We can't if we're redoing the flooring, we need to move the shelving out of the way.
Yeah.
So we move some of the shelving into the meeting room.
But it wouldn't be the entire collection.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
But enough to offer service, to a degree. Yeah.
Is any care going to be taken to ensure that the shelving that's moved in temporarily, assuming that this is the permanent shelving we're talking about, which is not meant to be really movable, what steps will we take to protect the flooring in the conference room, in the meeting rooms as we do so?
We do require the moving contractor, as well as we can have Shales assist, provide temporary flooring protection, which is usually like a very thin masonite.
Perfect. Because I'm assuming we're not talking about something that's going to be a blink and you miss it type event. This is likely going to take us a while, yes?
For the construction?
Oh, yeah. No, this isn't like 1 week and we're done, no.
Yeah, this is like
a month?
This is a
2
month or
months?
more, yes.
And Sean, is it fair to say we'll know more once we, work with SMC more in terms of timeline, right? Because right now we're speculating a little bit.
Yeah, they're looking at the schedule I created, they're putting together their own schedule, and then part of the estimate process is they're reaching out and getting some lead times on a few of the products, which helps us out. We get usually delivery dates from like reps of companies, and they can get lead times from contractors, and then we can compare. what are the contractors saying versus the manufacturer reps? Sometimes they're not on the same page.
During that time period when the meeting rooms are going to be taken over by children's, are we going to make any provisions for community use of other spaces? Say taking our 2 large study rooms out of temporary service and making those temporary meeting rooms for events? Or?
I think it's on the table, but I don't know that we haven't really had
Thought about that.
formal
level of
discussions about it.
detail.
Yeah, I think we're also waiting. I think one of the things too, when I think about the meeting space, like Carrie was at the Friends meeting with me, and they were planning their book sales, and I told the Friends, like, you can plan these, but at some point we're going to have to, close out that meeting space. So I think we still need more information before we really, firmly plan that out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting idea to do that.
Okay. I was going to walk through the current design option. I believe I picked up all of our notes from our last meeting, but I'll kind of walk through. Are you able to actually see my mouse as I move around, or
yes,
I'll just a little bit?
If you move it
Okay.
slowly, we can see it.
No, but I can see it better.
Yeah. Let me just skip ahead one second. Okay. I do have some follow-along notes, but generally, we're looking at almost a full reconfiguration of the youth services, Coco's Cove, and the main adult services area, the fiction area. This is going to look at reusing furniture where appropriate, specifically shelving, buying some new shelving where we can target marketplace or increase circulation potential, and then look at additional seating for both lounge, work study, and study, expand, provide a new service point, relocate adult computers, and then create a more of an interactive learning space where the Coco's Cove area is now. So I'll kind of point to some areas, a few key features. As you come into your new service point, which is located right here. Oh, that's too far. Right here. You'd be kind of at the entry point to go left into the adult section or right into the kids, as it is now. You'd have visual access to not only the kids service point, but you would be able to see down to the reference or adult services desk. Marketplace would stay in the middle, and it would expand to include some children's space, as well as expand into the adult space as well. The main juvenile fiction, nonfiction collection is right off kind of behind this area. Behind that area, you'll see some images. We're looking at some booth, children's, or not children's, but more like juvenile or young adult booth, tween booth areas, to in the back corner, some more active like craft and possible computer areas, some seating that moves around into a couple of computers specifically for adult child or paired use, and some family zone here before we would get into the Coco's Cove. We're looking at reimagining the entry into Coco's Cove, providing a youth entry. I have an image of that. And then within Coco's Cove, a series of active areas for different types of learning would kind of surround the space. We would have some collections in there, mainly the board books. We'd have some cubbies. We'd have some real play structures, as well as some pretend play, a baby play area that's contained, kind of activity tables, activity wall elements, and just quite a bit of seating for caregivers in that space.
And Sean, can you remind me of where the picture books and things like that would be? You're talking about board books in that area, but where would they go?
All the picture books and the early readers happen right here. So as you come down kind of this marketplace, you would be able to see all the way down. Since they're low shelving, keep that space very open and bright and light. So they happen, they're kind of these units right here.
Have we thought about, I mean, with the really little kids too, if there is an area, if somebody needs to nurse a baby?
Yeah, and that's we
That's
have.
future phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about a nursing mother's room and potentially another bathroom area back there, but that is out of budget for this scope of this
Got it.
project.
So this slide kind of got into the collections where the kind of the I'll say this kind of peach color is mainly representing your marketplace area. The green, kind of the younger kid books. The blue, the older kid books. Orange over here represents the bulk of the fiction, and the pink color is genre, like mystery, science fiction, as well as some media. And those collections can shift and alter, and we've had maybe a meeting and a half talking about exact locations, which will be further refined as we work through the process. Seating zones. So starting on the right, the purple area is intended for kind of that tween older kid zone. We've got kind of an active zone, somewhat more active for kind of the older kids in this peach color. The green, as we move around, is more of the family zone. Blue representing our computer and printing locations. The peach on the left is kind of work study zones, which is different than the orange, which is more like more lounge seating, and then the pink intended to be specifically study tables. I think, yep. And then I have some overall views that we've been working on. The furniture is still in refinement. So we've got some standard blocks that we use that we've been plugging into these plans. And we are still working through what the exact furniture is, but these are good representations. So what you're seeing here is just the adult side. Service point here, we have some computer here. We've looked at these pinwheels so that no person kind of looks at each other, but they're all within kind of a pod arrangement. We've got some of the mobile opto units, the shelving, some booths within the aisle, as well as different types of lounge seating around the perimeter by the glass, some work study carrels along this avenue here, and the tables.
So all of those pieces of furniture essentially create a fairly focused zone in that part of the library. It's not really intended to appeal to groups in particular.
If there's no other questions of this, I was going to go a little bit more into Coco's Cove, which I kind of left out of the other area because it has more specialty-based furniture. Within this area, we're looking at real play, kind of these themed types of furniture items. Those would be these, looking at two different types of structures that come pre-assembled, and we get to pick from different options from a company called TMC. We've got some interactive tables which are sprinkled around the space, some fun and interactive seating, kind of a baby play area referred to sometimes as a baby garden, although we're not growing any babies, but we are trapping them in an area. We've got, these are additional kind of real play that can be themed based on month or season, less specific theming, but they would be themed more with the elements that you associate with them. And then we'd also look at some wall-based interactives that are spread around. How this works is kind of keep a nice pathway all the way back to the storytime room. That pathway is lined with collections right now. I think I actually have, I don't know if I have a better view. I don't. That pathway is aligned with collections as well as some play elements. Kind of a little town square created here with little neighborhoods of active play and adult or caregiver seating spread throughout the space. And we are accounting for a little bit of stroller parking within this because we know, they're going to be in there, and we need to address that.
Are we
This is
still
kind of
talking about potentially putting a large aquarium or terrarium set somewhere in there. That's something that come up earlier in our discussions.
I don't remember that.
Well, we talked about like there's this bubble fixture that they have at Gale Borden, for example, that we really liked, and there were some other libraries we liked aquariums, but I in this plan we don't have anything like that. And that bubble structure they have at Gale Borden is quite pricey, so I think that's one of the reasons that we're trying to stay on budget. So I don't think it's a complete no, but I think right now, based on what we think the budget's going to look like, it is. So I don't know. Do you want to, Sean or Joe? You want to address that at all, or?
I'm kind of hoping to get through this next round. I know how much the bubble will cost at Gale Borden. I helped them get that in there, and it's in the 30s range. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure what our budget is like after this first round, and then it's up to you. What goes in the space? We want to work with you to get what's going to be the best for your community.
Did I see a puppet theater?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We have this structure right here, which I'll go back. Sorry. Is kind of a dual purpose. All of them have to be dual purpose, but it's kind of a regular theater and a puppet theater type of element.
That's cool. That's really
awesome. You can see some of the seating out here, computer tables, craft zone, some interactive or older stuff. You can see the marketplace, how that blends in. And then the next piece, this doesn't have the collections in front of it, unfortunately, on this rendering, but we're looking at building in some booths along the back wall of youth. Mm-hmm. These are 1-person and 2-person types of booths that would be geared towards, this independent or 2-person study spaces. We're also looking at reimagining kind of the entry into Coco's Cove. Based on you're changing the use of the space. We needed to add another door. This also adds, another feature for getting people back and forth between this room in different parts of the space. But we have an entry to the right over here. We have a new entry here, and then we have a kind of a kids pathway into the space.
And are they going to be that color? No.
No.
Okay, good. I'm like, that looks pretty.
We like gray. Yeah.
Right. Industrial
planning.
Right.
Cookies Cove kids.
We've specifically left the color off of a lot of our stuff because we're still working through the finishes on the design side, and we didn't want to, make the choice for you. We're hoping to pick those finishes and then show you what they look like in the model. So gray, it's gray on purpose, but it will be.
You don't want the sidekick to clash with the superhero. I understand.
We are looking also at this is the storytime view. Maybe putting in some cubbies in this room for storage of bags and things, as well as for strollers. Another item that we're looking at, and I think we're getting towards the end, is we are looking at adding in as an alternate scope to replace the red ceiling tiles at your main entry. We think that if we went in with a lighter and a brighter ceiling tile, it'll make a tremendous amount of difference. The ceiling there is lower. It's not like a super low ceiling, but compared to your main space, it feels that way. And we think that brightening that up will be a tremendous impact to that main entry. So we're looking at what that would take to include in the project, and alternates, if we do go out to bid, are your choice. So if it comes in too high, we don't have to take alternate costs.
One issue I know we have with the lobby ceiling now is those are non-standard tiles up there. Mm-hmm. I assume that whatever we do would involve putting in just a standard grid, or are we talking about trying to fit within the current architectural guidelines we have?
So option one that we have on here, we're actually pricing out two different options with Shales. I don't have an image of it. I should have put it in here. But option one is absolutely a very standard 2x2 high NRC, so high noise cancellation coefficient, or reduction, sorry, noise reduction coefficient to help with acoustics in that area, and just a bright white to really lighten up the space. Option two is actually, it's called heart felt. It's a linear felt ceiling. It is, I would say, non-standard, but it also is very bright, and we've used it at a couple other places, different installations. High impact visually, and I can provide images of that, but that is, we're pricing out that in tandem with the definitely a tried and true, very standard ACT ceiling. And that was kind of the summary I had for you tonight. I can go back to any slides or any areas, and we can talk. If I went too quick,
Can you show the boost again? Yeah, I think this is a really innovative element that will add a lot to the space. One of the problems that a lot of libraries have, and I think that you've experienced, is that there's not really, if you're not a teen and you're not an 8-year-old or a 2-year-old, there's not always a good place to go, and this sort of creates an in-between zone that I think you'll find that preteens in particular will gravitate to.
Can we,
Oh, you go ahead, Celsa.
could we go back to, I think it's probably one of the first ones, because you talked about like 3 points where like people would see staff or like the so
Desks, yeah.
we're not changing our entryway, right?
No, this is
No.
this is one additional desk from what we have right now. It basically puts back the children's desk that
Yeah,
was there
which I
before.
like. Yeah, I like that.
And what was the name that? Because he used different names for them, right? Or
Different pathways, like pathway to adult versus pathway to youth.
maybe I don't know. I felt like he said something about this being like the greeter or
Yeah, that's the new greeting station we just saw.
new greeting station.
With
the tall-
yeah,
Yeah.
with the desks that go
Desks
up
that
and
go
down.
up and
But
down,
we
yeah.
still consider the bottom one like
The checkout desk hasn't moved. So that's
Right, the welcome desk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's, and that's kind of
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
it's
well, because I think it
below.
makes a difference if we're calling it welcome desk or checkout desk.
Right.
Yeah, it's welcome
That's
desk,
the
info desk, check
information
desk.
desk.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was like, we didn't
Mhm.
change.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You're
sorry
good.
if I have the.
No,
the
you're
names on.
good.
And while we're on this slide, just something to point out in the point itself, that activity zone, we don't have it in this slide, but there are these two, like tables, not maker tables, but like arts and crafts tables that are really going to be great. And then there's this, that thing in the point, it's like where you see the seating facing it, there's like a monitor that can get built in, so we can have gaming down there if we wanted to or whatnot. So, so that will be a very, it's hard, this is better, yeah. So that will also be
Oh,
an
I
active
see.
zone as
Ah,
well.
yeah.
In
You can
addition
see
to
the
what's going to be in
screen now,
Coco's,
yeah.
that's going to be
Yeah.
active as well.
Yeah.
Just different type of.
That's just
active.
moving.
Opportunity.
That's there already. It's just sort of moving though, right? Or at least getting updated. So
And
we
Getting
that's-
updated.
That's
Yeah.
the
With the
children's
screen,
desk
do we
right
have that
there.
screen?
Yeah.
But we don't have. I mean, I guess we do arts and crafts, but I mean, the tables are specific.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, for like kind of like built for that really. Yeah, and it was pointed out before, but those computers, I think that was important to us to have computers. So because that's what reality is, parents will get on the
That's right.
computers and then they'll lose sight of their kids. So we'll give them that ability to get on a computer and they can
What are
keep an eye on the
those?
children. So
Round
window?
things on the stage right side, left side, right? Yeah.
Around.
the tables.
Oh, those are tables
These
and
are small
chairs.
tables,
Yeah.
Okay.
right by that booth seating.
Okay.
In the
Yeah.
front, or
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the-
yeah, okay.
Are there 2 or 3? Looks like 3 chairs per table.
Yeah.
Basically a small.
Yeah, right now, yep.
Kind of like what we saw when we walked out
Yeah.
through the.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really
Well,
like the little child door into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that,
That would be fun.
for those of you that recall the old Storytime room, there was a little door that went in there
Yeah.
even before my time that people
Mhm.
really liked, and it's kind of a homage almost to that.
Yeah.
Not that we asked them,
Fun.
not that we asked for that, but they came up with it. So
Yeah.
No, I think
it's nice.
Well, kids
The
like
kids
it.
so
love
fun.
that.
Yeah,
Kids
it's
love
their
great
entrance.
idea. Yeah.
Mhm.
And is there a second door at the moment?
No,
Oh,
No,
there's not. So
no.
that will be there. Yeah.
Mhm. Kind of exciting.
Mhm.
Very.
And
I've
I'm
been here
probably
for 40
alone in
years,
mentioning
so
this,
it's so
but
exciting.
I still don't like that we're blocking our mural with
Oh, yeah.
the booths.
I know, George. I know.
And the next time, I hate to use the word promise, but we'll put some finishes on here so it won't look so gray.
So the story time is going to be in that second room.
Storytime room is behind
Behind
Coco's Cove.
Yeah.
Right. And there's like a room that looks like desks. Is that for staff or is that like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you look
That's
at
the
what,
staff
if you look at
area.
the big gray area in the middle,
Mhm.
next to the pink
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
Staff.
this is staff space. This
That's,
is the story
and that's
room.
story time. Yeah, that's what I
Right.
was thinking.
Yeah, and so not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but not in this phase, but down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You were asking about the nursing room for nursing moms. That will go in here. Sensory room will go in here. What am I forgetting?
Family bathroom.
Family
Restroom.
bathroom. Yeah.
oh, in that
So
area.
that's the
Nice.
idea.
Okay.
And then this
Right.
is recaptured for the public and staff here get moved like back over here.
But that is
Okay.
beyond the budget
But
of
beyond,
our.
yeah,
Not now.
beyond scope.
Yeah.
But coming,
It's perfect.
coming in a couple more budget years.
Yeah.
So in moving the boardroom isn't part of this phase.
No.
That's the long range one
Okay.
as well.
And the quiet room's gonna stay
Stay.
the quiet room.
That's
where
right.
It's at.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone likes where that room is. It's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks
It
exciting.
does,
I
it's
like
exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
Coco's Cove and that other little point area and the wall,
I
you
really
know.
wish I still
with
had
that-
little kids.
I know. Wait till you have grandkids.
The
I know.
bar
I do. They just live in a different state.
Yeah, mine too, actually, different country, but that's okay.
When they come to visit.
Yeah, they can maybe say
I could borrow yours.
Any other questions for anybody on the call?
No, thanks, that's
Thank
very
you.
helpful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time tonight.
Illuminating.
Thank you, Sean.
Great seeing everybody.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. We're done with facilities improvement update. Let's move on to new business, secretary's reports. So you go to page 25.
Okay.
This is on new business because,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Carrie, you were out for this one, so
Mhm.
if we can have a motion to approve, can we do both at once? And
So approve the minutes of the regular meeting of August
Yeah.
19th, 2025 as presented.
I'll second.
roll call, please.
Igar absent, Wagner? No,
No,
Igar.
Igor's here.
Igar here. Wagner absent. Yes, that's correct. Flores?
Aye.
Hamilton?
Aye.
Sutton?
Aye.
Costavito?
Aye.
Gotzinis.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, and then we also have the board to approve the minutes of the executive session. Do we have a motion for that one?
I move the board approve the minutes of executive session August 19, 2025, to remain closed to the public as presented.
I'll second it.
And we'll get a roll call for this one as well.
Flores? Hamilton?
Aye.
Sutton?
Aye.
Costavito?
Aye.
Igar? Aye.
You were
Wagner.
absent, right?
Oh, I was absent
Yes, so
at that
you
time,
have
so I
to
don't
abstain.
do that.
You abstain.
Abstain. Okay, abstain. Wagner? Absent. Gotzinis?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right, let's move on to approval of I miss something?
No, in the previous one, you say aye, and you should be
Abstain for the one, the first one too.
As well, because I wasn't here.
For the,
It's the
Yes.
same
for
thing.
the regular minutes.
So we're changing your vote?
From
Yes,
aye to abstain.
from aye to abstain
Thank
on the regular
Thank you.
minutes.
Good catch,
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to approval of monthly financial statements. Item B, page 30. Any questions on the financials?
I actually had a question, sorry. So on page 31,
Yeah.
the IMRF fund,
Yeah.
so it's $5,654 over. Is this a monthly
No.
thing or it's a
No.
one-time
Look at the explanation.
Yeah.
If you remember
in the
what it
variance
was.
report?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just a
It's
one
really-
time.
it's a one-time, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep.
That's it.
That was the only.
If no other questions, can I have a motion, please?
Motion that the board approves the monthly financial statements for the July 2025 as presented.
All right, we'll just do all in favor?
Second.
Who
Nobody
seconded?
second.
Did anyone second?
Oh, second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Item C, Board Policy 3001, Access to Materials, page 86.
86, yeah. I just wanted to point out that, Gina caught this on the second go around that, there were 3 that were not included initially, and when Gina went back to double check the ALA, site, she found 3 new ones. Well, ones that were there that weren't on our original. One was access to resources and services in the school library. The other one was intellectual freedom principles for academic libraries, and the last one was prisoners' right to read. So those will just were added.
All right. Do we have a motion for this one?
I move that the board approve board policy 3001, access to materials as presented.
I'll second. All in favor for this one?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Carries. All right, next, let's move on to policy,
Personnel policy.
Personnel Policy 525 on page 89. This is the new Gen AI policy we were discussing. Should capture all of the discussion from our last discussion. Any questions or concerns? If not, I move that the board approve Personnel Policy 525, Generative Artificial Intelligence AI use in the workplace as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Carries. All right, next move on to our budget and appropriation ordinance for fiscal 25-26 on page 92. And this is moving forward in our annual tax and levy process. We've got our budget already. This is the appropriations that will support our budget that we already passed. So any questions or concerns? If not, do we have a motion?
I move that ordinance 2025/2026-5 budget and appropriation for fiscal year 25-26 be approved as presented.
I'll second it.
Roll call for this one, please.
Flores,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Buckner, absent, Costa Piro,
Aye.
Eager, Kotsinis.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right. Next, let's move on to page 101. And let's talk about one of our favorite things to talk about, our library friends. This is Resolution 2025-26, Proclamation of National Friends of the Library Week. Does anyone wish to make a motion?
I'll make a motion on that one.
Okay.
Okay. Motion that resolution 2025-2026-1 proclamation National Friends of the Library Week be approved as presented.
I'll second. Let's get a roll call for this one.
Eager,
Aye.
Bogner, absent, Flores.
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Costa Viro,
Aye.
Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
And then as is tradition, I'd like to read this so that anyone who wants to can. Resolution 2025-2026-1, National Friends of the Library Week 2025 proclamation. Whereas the Friends of the Warren Newport Public Library, WNPL, raise money that enables our library to move from good to great, providing the resources for all library programming, much needed equipment, support for children's summer reading, and special events throughout the year. And whereas the work of the Friends highlights the fact that WNPL is a cornerstone of the community, providing opportunities for all to engage in the life and the joy of lifelong learning and to connect with the thoughts and ideas of others from ages past to present. And whereas the Friends understand the critical importance of well-funded libraries and advocate to ensure that our library gets the resources it needs to provide a wide variety of services to all ages, including access to print and electronic materials, along with expert assistance in research, readers advisory, and children's services. And whereas the Friends' gift of their time and commitment to the library sets an example for all in how volunteerism leads to positive civic engagement, mutual camaraderie, and the betterment of our community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees proclaims October 19th through 25th, 2025 as Friends of the Library Week in the Warren Newport Public Library District, Lake County, Illinois, and urges everyone to join in the Friends of the Library and thank them for all they do to make our library and community so much better. Adopted this 16th day of September, 2025. All right, and then the not so fun part. 102. Delayed opening. This is not something we really have a lot of control over. We can open the library, but there will be nowhere for anyone to enter it. Or leave it, or enter the parking lot, or the road's closed. So if we can have a motion for this one, please.
I move that the board approve the library closure on Saturday, October 4th, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for the Warren Township High School Homecoming Parade.
I'll second.
All right, roll call for this one, please.
Wendy?
Yeah.
Thank you. Bogner, absent, Sutton,
Aye.
Flores,
Aye.
Costa Viro,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Eager,
Aye.
Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right, finally, page 103. Let's start talking about, on the right place, yes. Executive Director's Quarterly Review.
I think
Full evaluation.
we're doing great on goals 1 and 3. We're making progress on goal 2. We have tested the website, and Karen is meeting with the web developer to get feedback on revisions. So I asked Karen to get an updated timeline. I also talked to our sales rep and mentioned that we are behind schedule from where we proposed, and so I'm not exactly sure if they just took on more business. The good news is the website does look great. I think I could probably show it to you the whole, so if you want to see it, so you can see what we're
Let's add that.
you'll get to see it, what it's going to look like. So we'll do that, and so I mean, other than the delay on the website, everything else is. I feel good about the library space redesign, the progress we're making. I feel like the new trustee orientation went well, and that was due to the team effort. Everyone collaborated on that. So.
I still can't get into my email.
Well,
I still can't get.
I know. We're gonna work on that.
Okay.
We're gonna work on that.
Okay. Any other questions on the quarterly review? All right, let's move on to strategic planning process.
Just for everyone to, I think the big thing is to save the date for October 7th because Dawn, who a lot of you met, will be here, I think, with David to do visioning sessions. They'll do that with staff and community partners during the day, is my understanding. And then in the evening, I think we're going to be in one of the meeting rooms for the visioning session. That will be a big chunk of committee of the whole. So I know that we've got some policies on here. I think some of them we probably need to do next month. Others we might want to delay a month because it'll be the bulk of committee of the whole will be devoted to this visioning session. So, so that's, so things are progressing. Dawn met with a lot of staff and board members while she was here. She's given staff a worksheet to fill out to return to her, and she's in the information gathering stages. So, so yeah, we're moving right along the strategic planning process. So that's the kind of the quick update. Any questions or anything?
I think one thing we could do, Ryan, is just move more of the policies directly into the next board meeting, since I don't think we have a very heavy schedule for the October regular meeting.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that during our planning session.
We don't want to rush this other piece that we've done in David. It would be.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm not sure how the other ones went, but 30 minutes definitely didn't seem like enough time.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't help that I ran over. I apologize.
And there's other opportunities. Like I know Bonnie didn't have a chance to connect,
I know, I had out of town
but
family
there's
here. I know.
Zoom and Teams, so we can figure that out.
Yeah, I couldn't
Make it.
make
Yeah,
it
I was
either.
really disappointed, but no. Too many
Because the
Italians in
evening's
my house to
possible.
leave without me there. Sorry.
I will say
Never gonna get
it was
there.
nice connecting with Tom. The two of us did spend much longer than expected talking together.
Oh, good.
She said she had a good conversation with you, so.
Good.
All right.
Okay, annual audit. What's going on with the audit?
Fieldwork is complete. They are on
Yay.
track to present to the board in November.
Cool.
So, and we always have aimed for October, and they always
Right.
fail to deliver. So
Deliver.
November is realistic. That's
That's typical.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
and we're busy in October anyway, so it's fine. But as far as I know, Wendy has Raj talked to you yet? Okay, well he'll be in touch with you, or someone from the Steamwell. So they said that as far as they could tell that they were impressed with Doug's preparation work as always, and things seemed good. So
Good.
All right. Other potentially actionable items. Is there anything else that we want to add to the agenda for October that's not on here already? I see we've got our per capita grant requirements coming up.
yes, we will talk about what those requirements are. I'm not even sure. But I'll know next month.
Step at a time. And Gina knows.
Anything else? All right, let's move on to public forum. Does anyone wish to address the board in public forum? Hearing nothing. Let's move on to the announcements.
There's a lot of
I hope
on the calendar.
it's not on the calendar, but we have our big Hispanic Heritage Month celebration this Saturday. So
Can you repeat that?
What time?
Yeah, what's this Saturday?
our
Hispanic
Heritage celebration.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
let's see,
Oh, good.
I think it's at 11, but let me double check.
Maybe
It's
that's
from
what
12
12
to
to
3.
3.
12 to 3. Okay.
Plus, maybe that's what was. I knew we had something to do on Saturday.
I don't think that's what Josh was thinking about. 'Cause
Probably.
he texted me back.
Oh. He's not available.
He's got another commitment. So
Yeah.
he tried.
Yeah.
And then there's also Loteria this Thursday. There's a lot of different events that the staff are putting together. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
One thing I will remind everyone, especially our new board members, intergovernmental picnic, October 15th. That's a month from today, a month from yesterday, sorry. Very important to attend if you can. That's your chance to meet with all of the other local governing bodies. You get a large number of the people that run all of the other local governments that we work with, the village, the high school, the school boards.
This is an annual thing, right?
Yeah,
This is
and
annual.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to pound her on the bed, let me. Okay. You're welcome.
And that's at the Almond campus.
Almond
right?
campus in their cafeteria.
It rotates from governing body to governing body every year.
Oh,
We've
okay.
hosted it before. It's been a couple of years since we
I was
have.
gonna say, we
did
haven't
this
done
before.
that.
Like 2021, we haven't posted.
It was the last one before COVID, I believe.
Yeah, we hosted it
okay.
for our 45th anniversary year.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not. I think 1556 are due before we are. So
There are a lot of local governing bodies, and it takes a while to
Park
rotate through all
District
this.
and, yeah.
Park District hosted it last year, I think.
Must not have been at that one, 'cause I don't
That one was
remember.
outdoors.
it was outdoors.
Yeah.
They had an actual picnic for the intergovernmental
Right.
picnic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
that's
gonna
so
say,
cool.
this is
an
on a
email that was
Wednesday,
just
I
talked
was,
about in the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
don't remember
thinking
that
it
one.
would be on a weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is always on a weekday night, and it's
Yeah, we don't like to go to that.
yeah. We try to aim for a day when all of the governing bodies don't have a meeting.
Yeah.
Which would also be on the weekend, but.
But yeah, it's just a chance to speak about what we're doing this year, hear what everybody else is doing this year. Ryan will talk about our building project and all the work we've done so far and what's coming up, I'm sure.
The strategic planning process too.
That too.
Lots to talk about.
That's for sure.
And
Busy.
one quick thing: the trustee day at ILA in Rosemont is the 16th.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be out of
Next
town
day,
that day.
yeah.
I would love to go sometime. I keep thinking now that I'm retired, I can do it.
Just a reminder, we do
You're busier
budget
now.
for development.
Yeah,
So if anyone has the ability to attend and the availability to attend, this is something that is a legitimate expense for us to budget for, because it is a chance to learn how to better run the library.
And get feedback from other people.
That's
Some workshops.
so it's 3 days, right?
Well, it's 3 days, but you don't have to attend all three. Again, there's only one trustee day.
Which is the day after.
The 16th.
Which is the 16th. Okay.
But if you wanted to, you could. I mean, Rebecca's gonna be presenting, we have other staff that's presenting.
It's always good to come and support your staff when they present as well. Staff appreciates that.
The time, that's during the day, of course.
It is.
That's an all day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It is an all day conference. Any other announcements? If not, can we get a motion to adjourn for the closed library on us?
I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
With 4 minutes to go.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? We are adjourned at, looks like 8:59 or 8:56.
The shortest 4 days last.
Okay, we need